How everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. My name is Chris Drummond with Progressive Action. Last time I made a live, I told everybody that we should put ourselves first. Basically, don't put yourself and your health at risk for the MTA. And later that day, the next day, I wasn't coming to work anyway, put myself at risk, but I had to go to the hospital. And I stayed in the hospital for 4 days after that. And it felt like my chest was going to explode. One of the worst decisions I ever made was not to go out on comp when I caught COVID in 2020. So now with this long COVID, which is very frustrating because you go back and forth to the doctor and you're always in some type of pain, distress in some way. So I should have went out on comp, and especially knowing now in hindsight that we didn't get $1. But while I was sitting in that hospital bed, I read something from the union. The union has this website, and this their website. They sponsor the website. It's never anything about any VPs or officers, anything about the union. The only people they get at is people who stand up for the membership. And the union can pretend all they want that this is a democracy, that they care about what we think. That's a lie. So I'm sitting in my hospital bed. You shouldn't even be on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, Facebook. You should be using that time positively, reading something positive instead of being on Facebook. But he said because of the fire in Canada, Progressive Action finds any way they can to get out of work and blame the union for everything in the universe. I'm paraphrasing. So this is the union's website. They sponsor this. And how I know they sponsor? I spoke with someone and cornered them one day and said, "Yo, why you do this? I know you with the union's this page on Facebook, sponsored by the union." He said, "I do what they tell me to do." This coward, because he's a coward, he know we had this conversation. That's what he said to me. Me as a man, I don't even like that anonymous. But the union backs a cat. Is your mother proud of you? Your wife, if you have a wife? What kind of man are you to make anonymous posts? And they so desperate. The union's so desperate. They make up these fake these identities. And they going back and forth with themselves. Trying to diminish anyone that dare speak out against the union. All I said, this is what Trammell be saying. We can't tell the difference between this union and management. All I said to my brothers and sisters is to take care of yourself. Put yourself first. As we see, they gave us nothing for our dedication and our sacrifice and our losses. And this is the crazy thing. Tuesday, when I made that live about this, and y'all know this, I ain't saying nothing out of school. We had the worst air on the planet Earth. Now take the worst air on the planet Earth last week and juxtapose that on we work in the subway where the air is twice as bad on the daily basis. We work in a toxic environment on the daily basis. And this is the thing. The city has this thing, the Department of Environmental Conservation. On Tuesday, they knew the air was bad. Mayor Adams knew the air was bad. They didn't tell us nothing. They didn't come out. I was on the plat all day that day with deadly air out. When I went up there, it almost choked me. So I had to go to the hospital. So the MTA knew that the air was bad the day before. They didn't care. They in the union telling me I shouldn't tell my brothers and sisters. He trying to get on me. And he had a bunch of posts from other folks. that they have put up. Applauding us, telling us, yo, take care of yourself. The air's bad. Stay home. Do what you have to do. Follow your conscience. And this union, trying to get on those who told our brothers not to come to work. This is where we at today. This is where we at with this union. The union greenlights everything they say. Well, I remember me and Tremel with someone, they had pictures. They took pictures of 15 minutes while we was there waiting. I think it was for Sis at the court a few months ago in regard to her being assaulted at Stillwell. Me and Tremel there 10 minutes. They have our photos on this page. This is the union propaganda machine. But this is really dangerous territory. When they getting on members for trying to help our brothers and sisters, telling you not to come work for this company, not to put yourself at risk. Now we find out everybody got $3,000. So if everybody got $3,000, we really got a G. So we got $1 for every day we was out there coming to work during COVID. The union act like they didn't do nothing for us. The governor gave them stuff. What did they negotiate? What exactly did the union negotiate? And I didn't want to go on the contract. And they so stupid. There's so many times I'm ready to get out of here. They like poking the bear. I'm ready to get out of here. But I don't run. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to watch my brothers and sisters disrespected. Since I came here, I'm going to fight for what's right. And we trying to scam, don't want to work. I don't even take city. I don't take nothing from transit. Nothing. Any dispatch ask them. I say it all the time. I don't do overtime. I don't do late clears. I don't take disability. I don't take 60%. I take nothing from this company. I do my 8 hours. If I have to help one of my brothers and sisters, I do that. But now we at the point where now what? The union is working. They part in the partnership with membership. You using your propaganda arm to tell us we too weak. Don't be weak. Don't be scared. You got a job to do. Go out there and work. Listen, they don't care. We're disposable. Everything that governor said, those who have respiratory issues, anything that she warnings that they put, that wasn't for us. They pull out a bullet. They got bulletins for us to come to work in the climate weather, right? They got bulletins for that. They got nothing for us when our health is at risk. They don't give a damn. So damn right, if it happened again, I tell my brothers and sisters, don't come to work. I ain't coming. I'm not dying for this despicable company that have no respect for us, for its employees. You crazy? And we're in trouble. Let's talk about this union too. I've been getting calls, a lot of calls. And they'll be in the union say, why are you calling Drummond? Why are they calling you? Look around, wherever you at. If you at work, if you're in the supermarket, if you're in the clinic somewhere, if you're walking in the park, look around. Whoever's in eyesight of you in close proximity, they can represent you in RTO. They is as good knowing nothing as these reps are. These reps are actually putting our brothers and sisters in jeopardy with these G2s I've been reading. Now, you got some good officers there. Y'all know who they are. Y'all know who they are. But you got these folks who you saw in the crew rooms, who you saw on CRCs, who you saw on the platform for years, never stepped up for you. Never spoke out against conditions in bathrooms and crew rooms. Never stepped to a superintendent or a dispatcher on your behalf. Now these are your reps. This is why the union's corrupt. I don't care if they make money. Because if you're a good rep, they can't pay you enough. There's no amount that good reps should get. Give them all the money they can get. I'm not against you getting your money and making money. But if you're not helping our brothers and sisters, if you're using being released as an opportunity not to be on your train, on your booth? Are you selling out? Don't you folks in the union? Nobody can ever say this to you. They can never say, what would you do for $1 million? Because the question's been answered already. The question is, what would you do for $5,000? What would you do for 10 grand? What would you do for 15 grand? What would you do not to be at your tools? How much of yourself? So don't go, what would you do for $1 million? What? Nobody got $1 million? And listen, that question's been answered for a lot of folks with this union. And the problem is they're putting us at risk. And Richie Davis and them, they know it. Them VPs know it. They know that we not protect. Look, am I making this up? Y'all know what's going on around y'all. If I'm here talking shit, I'm talking shit. But y'all know what's going on around y'all. We are at jeopardy. We are not protected. That's the most important thing to me. I'm good. We all need our benefits. I'm good with my benefits. I'm good with whatever salary we get. I'm good with it, to be honest. We don't get enough. No, I'm not saying that you should accept it. I'm just saying in my personal life, what's important to me and everything, our money, our benefits, there's advantage care. All that's of paramount importance. But what's important to Chris Drummond is our well-being and our safety. We all know what's important. That's what's always been important to me, that we are treated with respect and dignity. That's it. Because when I was at the hospital, they gave me a list of everything, and you know what's always there, right? Stress. Stress is the killer. Stress is what's killing us. Yes, the steel dust is getting us. Yes, our hearing is diminished. Yes, the rat hairs, that disease, that respiratory disease from rat hairs and rat feces and rat salivas. Yes, and all type of distress is why our brothers and sisters are on those obituaries all over the system. That's what's important to me, but we are not being protected. They got people who don't even know how to write a G2. Their G2s are getting our members in trouble. The way they're written. Yes, some G2s could be a paragraph. Some could be 3 pages. But all of them got to be right. And we're not getting that. That's a fact. That's a fact. I stand on my integrity. I'm not scared. I say it at transit, to transit. I'm not scared of being fired. I move like I don't care about being fired here. I'm going to stand up for me. And I'm going to stand up for you. This union is fraudulent. It's fraudulent. They letting people, the members, the reps they have out there are not loyal to the membership. They're loyal to Richie Davis and Stand United, not us. That's a fact. We pay money every month. We put our lives at risk every day. That's the type of job we have now. The rules have changed. The rules of engagement has changed. Let me stop before I go to the hospital again. We have a dangerous job as anybody. The National Guard, the police, the FBI. We have a very dangerous job. On top of that, being cognizant of our surroundings. And we have to step up. We have to make sure that our passengers are safe. That's our responsibility. And we got a bunch of people, we work for a company that don't care what happens to us. We are so disposable, it ain't funny. And last week, illustrated that one more time. And then we have a union telling us not to warn our brothers and sisters, and the cowards don't even reveal themselves. Talking about being tough. It ain't about being tough. I tried to stand for something. And there's many aspects of my life that I'm lacking. I prayed to be a better man. But I came here and I fell in love with my brothers and sisters down here. This camaraderie here, that love that you have. People, when you come to work and you're feeling bad, they lift you up. When you need the joke is there. When you need that advice, that's something that to let you keep going and give you faith. It's our brothers and sisters. It's us. That means something to me. But it don't mean nothing to Transit. And it don't mean nothing to our union. Because our union is putting us at jeopardy. Because you can, like I said, these officers that, and this is the thing. I don't get off the train. You got to hustle. You know how to get off the train? Because being released and getting involved with the union and kissing ass is a hustle. Come to the protest with some signs. Give out leaflets. Show up at the functions. It's a hustle. I ain't gonna knock nobody hustle. But the most essential aspect of being the rep is caring. Everybody don't know everything. Everybody don't know every rule. Everybody ain't confrontational and all that. And for you reps who think because you're kissing up to superintendents and all that, they ain't gonna give a damn when you back on the road. They don't care. They bound by, the CBA, that certain behavior and conduct in the relationships that you got to have with the rep when they release. But when you back on the road, you back on the road. So you're going to have to stand up for yourself anyway. So we got reps down there, ain't never did nothing, ain't gonna do nothing, and they putting us at risk. And they know that. Because all they don't ask that you help the membership. They don't ask that you protect us. They ask that you have allegiance to Richie Davis and Stand United. And RTO and stations, no one is holding us down. No one is holding us down. I get calls from stations sometimes. I've been there. You know what the reps of stations tell them sometimes? Well, if they get a damn, well, just do it. That's it. Nothing you can do about it. They don't even put up no fight. People at stations will tell you that. They don't even put up a fight. They got some very smart people. Smart folks. You ever went to their meetings? They got some real contentious meetings. Some smart folks in stations. But stations and RTO, we in jeopardy. We are alone. Learn them bulletins. Know your rules. I know 90% we know your jobs. Because you're on your own. If you can't get a select few of reps, a select few, maybe 2 or 3, you're on your own. Know that. Know that. Know that. You're better off writing your G2. Less is more. Less is more, and y'all can handle it when you get to Broadway. You have opportunity to defend yourself. These reps here, they're embarrassing. You're embarrassing. And you know who you are. You know who you are. And let me just say this. I'm kind of... Oh, Canelo Gomez. I ain't forget about Canelo Gomez. For y'all watching, to get your report back to Canelo, if he's watching. Canelo Gomez, I saw something that said that he asked conductors, did they want to wear body cams? I think it said something like, MTA said, do you want to wear a body cam? Why are you asking us? You should be saying MTA is out their mind to ask me if we want to wear body cams. This is what I'm talking about. Ain't no fight here. They own him. And he put himself in that position because he didn't understand what it meant to be a leader. If he wanted to come back and rehabilitate himself, so be it. That's the beauty of this country. Everybody get a second chance. But he violated his oath of office. Canelo Gomez can give all the parties he wants. He can give all the functions he wants. That ain't going to change what he did. That ain't going to change how he disgraced RTO. That ain't going to change the way that supervision and management looks at RVP and this department. Because we don't have a representative that they can respect. That's never going anywhere what you did to Trammell. How you violated your oath of office. It could have been anybody. And the way they move, it could be anybody. But the first thing we got to do, and if Richie Davis had any of the attributes of a real leader, he the first apologized for what he said. And secondly, he would remove Canelo Gomez. Don't toss him out to the dogs. No, he shouldn't be fired. I don't want either one of them to be fired. But he's given up the right to lead this department. They talking about the commissioner, how dignified she is, how she purports herself, how professional she is, how loved she is by her officers. That's how we should feel about Canelo Gomez. I don't care if half the department want him here and half the department want him gone. The fact that half of us want him gone means that we are a house divided. We are a department divided. And they can't recognize that. Richie Davis can't recognize that. That he's so stubborn, lacks any respect for us as a department, that he's keeping Canelo here after what he did. After what he said, and what Richie Davis did was the most amateurish, hackneyed, unprofessional comment in the history of unionism, what he said after the attack on Trammell. But that wasn't enough for them. All they do is buckle down. Because you know what they believe? We ain't going to do nothing. That we got to go for it. Like Trammell said the other day, we ain't going to read nothing. We ain't going to research nothing. But what they forget, I forget. The research is there. The information is there. Information is there. This is what they don't understand. This is what a lot of us don't understand about Gen Z and millennials. What they have that we didn't have. We was reading encyclopedias. Waiting for the newspaper the next day. They have access. They talk about all the time. They have information at their fingertips. All we have to do is right there. The information to come to you. New York Times is doing stories about this advantage. About our retirement. Our medical for the retirees. For us, because we're going to retire. There's articles all over. Landers, the controller. Now, what about our coat money, right? And we giving this coat money. They say this coat money going to a good cause. Where are the politicians to push back against Landers? And these others who say that this, and Sue in the City, who saying that this retiree medical plan is a ripoff. Where are politicians? Where are they politicians to stick up for the union and to articulate why this is a good plan for us and our brothers and sisters? Where they at? Where that coat? I thought that coat money was being put to good use. Where are all these politicians? This should be a slam dunk with the medical, with this retiree medical. It should be a slam dunk. Where are coat money going? Let's talk some politics. Why is this good for us? Why are they advocating for this plan? Why aren't they sticking up for TW Local 100? If this plan is so good for us. And the hazard pay, let me go back to the hazard pay. We got nothing. We got nothing. The Marpar, the governor gave it to us. We got nothing. We got nothing. We was used. And we continue to be used. Because we got a union who we supposed to believe. Why wasn't Richie Davis and everybody in the union who's going around trying to push this contract, where was that before the contract, during the negotiation? Where was that transparency? Where was that trying to get some input from us? Where was it then? Y'all come to us after the fact? after the deal is done, there's no back and forth. There's no respect for us. Canelo comes and asks, what would y'all want to wear a body? Let me tell everybody this. There's no way, so you know, it shouldn't even been posed to us. We shouldn't have been asked such foolishness, because it would be a give back anyway. It would be a give back after the fact. Why are you asking us that? Half the stuff in this contract, they should have gave it to us anyway. It ain't even negotiable. That should have been done anyway. Should have been part of no negotiation. When you think about it like that, we got nothing. We got nothing. We got absolutely nothing. So they trying to push us, sell us on this contract. Now listen, everybody follow your conscience. Do what you got to do. Do what's best for you. But they just telling us unequivocally that this is good for us. Trying to shove it down our throat. Trying to pretend like they care. Like I said earlier, if they cared about us, you wouldn't be seeing the reps that you see. You wouldn't have the reputation that you have. You wouldn't be disrespected the way we disrespected down there. If they cared about us, I don't see no evidence, that they care about RTO and stations. No evidence at all. And if they did, and again, for y'all listening, this is politics. Canelo Gomez is going to drag you down. Canelo Gomez, you go to any crew room, the majority of the people, if they don't have his face marked up, they don't have some type of cartoon next to him, they want him gone. Even if they like him, they feel that he has to do the right thing by stepping down. There's a scandal breaking about who might replace the commissioner. And her replacement, possible replacement, something came out about him. Something he said. He might not be able to get the office, get the position. It's just the way it is when you make mistakes. There's people that, I'm not saying it's right. There's people that said things in college. 20 years later is coming back. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't use what you said in your youth or in the past 10, 15 years against you. But if you shattered a member's leg, if you have a member that's going to get reconstructive surgeries, if you have a VP that had every opportunity to look through that glass, or Brian Davis, who's worse than Canelo in the way in my book, he absolutely is an example of somebody who shouldn't be released. On that fact alone, that he let it happen. That he could have stopped it and he didn't. And Canelo Gomez had the opportunity to walk away. To say, nah, I'm not going in there. As avoided. Yo, you hang up them posters. You do what you got to do with it. I'm going to sit in the car. I'm going to go to the other crew room and talk to our brothers and sisters on the other side. I'm going to talk to the incoming crews. He didn't do that. He did not do that. He didn't exercise any judgment. He didn't do what leaders lead. Leaders set examples. That's what leaders do. I mean, are we kids? Are we so out of it? Are we so diminished that we're not supposed to care who represents us in RTO? Is that what the union thinks? We know what management thinks. They don't care. They think the inmates are running an asylum. The lunatics. That's what they think. They don't care. But Canelo Gomez, for the well-being, for the future of this department, has to step down. What difference do it make if you're giving out PC5s and big screen TVs and we don't have enough money to pay our light bills? What difference do it make? We got real problems. Now we just heard, and I'll let you go, I'm about to get out of here. Now we heard that the governor, the mayor who this union endorsed, I think Adams has been an abject failure in my opinion. But let's see, he's still got time. Everybody's resigning on him. But he's getting ready to cut homeless services. And where do you think these folks are going? Nobody's going to shelters anyway. Shelters are disgusting. Listen, we got brothers and sisters. Our brothers and sisters live in shelters right now. And maybe they will tell you one day, sit down with you. Maybe they tell you now that shelters they have nowhere to put these homeless folks. And you know where they going? You know who's dealing with society's problems? We are. We are. And we don't have guns. And we don't have tasers. And we don't have any recourse. We live in a time right now where, if you defend yourself, they're locking you up. You damn if you do. They basically, you wonder why the public don't respect us? They don't think, they come at us the way they come 12-year-olds shooting at that little piece of shit. His parents should be arrested. When they find him, his parents should be arrested. Raised a kid like that. Yeah, I'm putting it on the parents. My kids wasn't shoot people with conductors and bus operators. I raised them not to do that. And if they did do it, you see the picture, I would turn them in. Maybe he's turned in. I ain't read the papers. But everybody's coming at us. Everybody's coming at us. Passengers, supervision, a union who telling us we need to go to work. Stop complaining about the air. All we have, and I know it sounds cliche, is each other. I don't know. I'm sitting here right now. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Read your rule book. Read your bulletins. Stop fighting online with each other for nothing. Stop complaining about your partners. Talk to your partners. If something wrong in your terminal, stop. Don't be scared to talk to your superintendent. Talk to the superintendent. Hold transit accountable. Because they damn sure hold us accountable. And we gotta hold this. I believe in unionism. I came here loving the union. Loved everything the union represents. Every union. Because if we didn't have unions, God knows what would happen to the working man. But we at the point right now that who's enemy, who's friend or foe. I can't tell you right now who's worse, management of the union at this moment in time. And the union needs to do something. You need to let us trust you. We don't trust you. We don't trust you. That's what it comes down to. We don't trust you. We don't trust your decision-making process because Canelo Gomez is still here. We don't trust your judgment. You're making comments to a press about a member. We don't trust you. And we want to trust you again. You can start by putting qualified people out there. You can start by making Canelo Gomez step down, removing him. E-board, you can show the membership that you have integrity. I'm not saying all y'all don't. I said that before. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't mean that. But those with integrity, step up. Show the membership that we have a real democracy here. Show that TW Local 100 means something. That you care about your brothers and sisters. And food. And games. And big screens ain't gonna... No, that's not enough. You putting a piece of tissue on the knife wound. That's not enough. Excuse my spitting. So, brothers and sisters, I hope I made some sense. Take care of yourself. Put yourself first. I'm never, read my lips, transit. I'm never putting you before my safety and health being. Never. And I'm never doing platform alone. Ever. None of us should do platform alone. If they cut your time, they cut your time. None of us should do platform alone, and I'm never doing it alone. Ever. Everybody be safe. Take care.